Hey, oozes and bunnies. This is a preview of the most recent Party Planning, an extra podcast that the Join the Party crew makes for our Patreon. If you want to listen to the whole thing, go to patreon.com/jointhepartypod. Check out this preview.
Julia.
Amanda, hello.
Hello.
Happy summer. It's summertime.
Thank you. This is coming out a couple days before my my dating anniversary with Eric, which is fun. 7 years. But we no longer celebrate that because as people who hate the summer, we made our wedding in the fall, and that's much better.
Smart. Good choice all around. Yeah. But at time of recording, last weekend was like 4th of July weekend for us. And I had so many good beach days, Amanda, on 4th of July weekend.
Fire Island, etc.
We were doing Fire Island both days, but different beaches.
Hey.
The one day, like 4th of July proper, Jake was playing at a bar over on Fire Island, which was very fun and very cool.
Cute.
And then the day after, we just like all had kind of off. So we decided to go to Cherry Grove, which is like the cool gay beach here on Fire Island. And like went in both the ocean and the pool there, which was great. And
I didn't know there was a pool there.
Oh yeah, there's a pool in the hotel there called Ice Palace.
That's awesome.
Awesome. It's so good. And it had me thinking, because I was like, well, this is the best. Like, imagine a place where you can go to the beach and also get pizza and also swim in a pool and also see a drag show and also play bingo and also go to a different bar and all different kinds of things. And I was like, you know what I would love to experience this in, if not real life?
Sure.
What if I could experience this in a tabletop RPG?
Julia, such a good prompt and such a good setting for today's episode of Party Planning. I love it.
Thank you. I do my best. I do my best work when I am the sleepiest girl in the world and also when I get to talk about things that I love. So what's not to love?
Are we thinking of this as like a setting where things might go wrong? And so your adventurers, stumble across this town? Or is it more of a like the hold situation where this is our home base, we come back, it sort of has all the things we need?
I think this is a good like visiting while on your journey kind of thing. Cool. And I was thinking, I don't want the stakes to be too high in terms of like, I don't want there to be like a giant sea monster that you have to stop in order to save the town.
Too much like real life.
Exactly. Amanda, do you like cozy mysteries?
Of course I do.
Okay. Can you think of like a cozy mystery for people to solve in this small town as we kind of build it out in a fantasy setting?
Oh my God, yes. This is like a midsummer murder type situation.
Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Yes. Exactly it.
Oh, beautiful.
I also recently found out that they discovered... So, you know how we don't know a ton about sharks when they're first born?
I feel like you've told me about this, but I didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah, so it's a thing that's like we don't really know or understand, or like we know very little about like a shark's first year alive.
Wow.
Apparently, they have found out kind of recently, like in the past couple of years, that like sharks tend to live in like nurseries. Like pregnant sharks go give birth and then the babies all hang out like in these tight areas, basically.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And they just discovered that one of the great white shark nurseries is off the coast of Long Island.
Hey, you love to see it.
We love to see it. So every great white shark that you see or experience off of the East Coast probably grew up on Long
Island. Stunning.
Yes.
I feel like we should figure out the like Mets versus Yankees, sort of like allocation of these sharks, make sure they have their Long Island Railroad tickets,
of course.
Make sure they are erratic drivers. That will be very important. And make sure they know how to operate a barbecue.
Yes, that's all very important. I don't know if we need to include that in our world building, but I wanted to put that out there for you to understand where I'm coming from as we kind of craft this.
Julia, I do think, and I'm going for the cozy murder vibe, where there is murder, right? Like there is crime, but the setting is so cozy that's really like the trade-off that we get. And so I do think that this beach town should be haunted by a tragedy of the past.
Okay.
And it can be like the burning down of a saltwater taffy shop, or like maybe the taffy batch got bad, and much like that Great Molasses Flood, like destroyed a lot of buildings. But I do think we should start with kind of like a foundational tragedy of this town.
Okay. I love that. I appreciate that. So basically, like, I want to build out the town, but I also want to create our cozy mystery here. So do we want to build the town out first and then from that figure out what our tragedy / cozy mystery is? Or do we want to create the cozy mystery and then build the town around it?
For me, I'm really thinking about the foundational tragedy as central to the town. And then there is a new crime that we are there to investigate. And maybe it'll tie in, maybe it won't. But I'm thinking, I don't know why you say like seaside town, I go immediately to saltwater taffy. It's not a thing I enjoy or ever like ate growing up. It's more like Maryland, New Jersey, than Long Island. But I'm thinking too much about that Great Molasses Flood that we mentioned while on the Boston stop of the Rolling Bones tour.
Amanda, I gotta admit to you, I've noticed you and your weird fixation on saltwater taffy before. And really? I'm like, are you good? Like, is everything okay?
It's so evocative. I don't know. It just says seaside to me.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but you've definitely mentioned in other like JTP settings something about saltwater taffy. And I'm like, wow, what a weird pull for Amanda. I hate saltwater taffy. So like, okay.
No, I don't think I've ever eaten it, and I don't think I would like it if I did.
I mean, it's not salty. This is a total aside. We could do a saltwater taffy thing if you want. Can we consider perhaps instead we pick something that we'd like, and maybe it's like a salted caramel factory?
Okay, great.
Like so those little like chewable salted caramels kind of thing.
Okay, and are you into the idea of like a recipe change, or maybe like a supplier, like they got a shipment of sugar in, but it was improperly like refined, and so then there was some kind of like great explosion flood situation?
Well, we are doing a fantasy setting. Have we considered maybe the sugar was cursed by a witch?
Oh, very good. And so did it make successful caramel? And then
Get off the taffy, Amanda!
Did it make successful caramel, and then anyone who ate the caramel had like unexpected consequences?
Yes. I think maybe there is like a line of people who still live in the town who have been are caramel cursed.
Great. I love it.
What's happening?
I love it. Julian, side quest, baby. It's party planning, baby. Get on board.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, incredible. So the caramel curse, does it give you like incredible wealth, but you die prematurely? Something along those lines?
Oh, I fucking love that. That's so like gothic fiction.
Yeah.
I think more gothic fiction should take place in seaside towns.
Yes.
That's my hot take as well. So let's build off that. I'm into it. Let's make it happen.
Amazing. So it's giving gothic fiction, gothic horror.
I mean, that there is a hillside factory that is also attached to the mansion of the family that owns the factory that like overlooks the sea, and you're like, what's up there? And they're like, yes, the caramel people.
Yes, the cursed cartridge family.
I'm glad we both, I was thinking alliteration. I'm like, the Carmel family or something like that.
Good. I was going to say Cartwright, and then I'm like, no, that's Jasper's last name. And also a thing people are called. I don't think anyone's called the Cartridges. So I think I want to go with that.
Okay, so the Cartridge Manor / factory is up on this cool hill. Yeah. The Cartridge family has been cursed by the caramel that they make, so that they all die. They keep their wealth, but they all die tragically young.
Yeah. Or maybe this is it. Maybe they either die at like 18, 36, or like 108.
Have
And
we
like you don't know
cons-
which one it is.
Okay, have we considered I like that. Let me iterate because I
Yeah.
was thinking you said 18 and my brain like also clicked in something right before that, which is I think that when the heir turns 18, that's when the patriarch passes away.
Oh, that's
Like,
very good.
Almost immediately, like day of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're like, I'm only 18 and now I have to run a factory. And they've kind of created these baby bosses because of that. Because they're like, you have to get ready because everyone dies. Like all of your parents die when you turn 18 and then you have to be the baby boss.
Baby Boss is so good. I love too that there are probably a lot of like very qualified women who live in this town, and it's just like, sorry, it's got to be the men, and simply all the men die when their sons turn 18, and all the sons are like, I'm a boss baby, and it's very funny.
It's only this family though. It's not the whole
Only
town.
this family, no, just this family.
We're not
And
doing
they-
a Children of the Corn thing.
No, they took it willingly. A patriarch, previously in the line, was like, "Oh, very cursed caramel that will make me very wealthy. Stop, no consequences." Love that for me.
Oh, it's a warlock family. If we're gonna do
Okay.
like kind of classic D&D stuff,
Yeah.
they have a pact with the caramel genie. yeah. Why not?
not?
Caramel Fae. I don't know. That
Great.
sounds right. Cool.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm feeling like a kind of nature spirit connection. Maybe it's tied to like the oh wait, I was gonna say tied to the sugar cane, but Julia, what if it's a cow deity and it's the milk that's the problem?
I thought you were gonna say like the sea salt deity because again it's like sea
Okay,
salt
yes, no,
caramel.
that's better.
But
That's
I
better.
don't know. I like the cow.
No, too close to Hinduism. We'll
Okay.
come back to sea salt fairy, and that'd be very fun with like her wings. I just watched Drag Race with Eric just before getting on here, and maybe like her like crystallized wings are very pretty. In like caves, seaside caves, where the sea salt collects and you can go harvest it, and that's why the family Juliet lives on the hill because in the hill is all of those like beautiful little tide pools and caves where sea salt is.
Have we considered that maybe part of the curse is not that the fathers die, but rather they have to go and sacrifice themselves in the sea salt cave on the 18th birthday of their child?
I like that idea where like they'll inevitably somehow die in the cave. And they can try like being out of the country, they can try like taking a trip, they can bind themselves magically to a chair or something like in the house, and yet there is a monkey's paw style like twist of fate that gets them there ultimately every time.
Yes, I love it. So spooky, so good.
So good. Okay,
All
so we
about
have
it.
this family. I think like this is a really strong pillar. There's got to be an inn, right, where
Yes,
our
hold
travelers are staying.
I did just think of the name of the town, and it's Chef's Kiss.
That was great. My favorite part was the accent work. If you like that, you gotta hear the rest of Party Planning by joining the Patreon at patreon.com/jointhepartypod.